In the seemingly innocent world of online fan communities, predators can lurk, and this is the harrowing story of Jay, who at just 14 years old was targeted by an individual named ianalex. The interaction began as a disturbing transaction, where Alex used Jay's interest in K-pop, specifically Jisoo photo cards, as leverage to demand something horrifying: nude pictures. For Jay, the experience was very scary, a chilling understatement that captures the profound shock and fear of having your safety so grotesquely violated by someone in a space you trusted. This calculated manipulation, framing exploitation as a simple exchange, is a tactic designed to confuse and trap a young victim, leaving them feeling powerless. Jay's courage in speaking out is vital, as their story serves as a stark warning about the dangers that exist online, reminding us that no shared interest or collectible is ever worth compromising one's dignity, and that these voices must be heard to protect others from similar predators. This is the story of Julius, another young person whose life was deeply scarred by the predatory actions of ianalex. At the age of 15, while in a public server, Julius became the target of relentless and sexually explicit harassment. Alex's messages were not just inappropriate. They were grotesquely invasive, as he persistently asked Julius about their body and explicitly detailed his own sexual desires. The psychological torment was so severe that, 3 years later, Julius remains traumatized by the experience. This abuse quickly escalated from verbal harassment to outright blackmail. Alex threatened to leak Julius's private address publicly, a terrifying act designed to isolate and intimidate, unless they sent him degrading, explicit pictures. This was a direct and malicious threat to Julius's physical safety, weaponizing their private information to force compliance. The combination of vile sexual harassment and the very real threat of doxing created a nightmare scenario, showcasing a predator who will stop at nothing to violate and control his victims. Julius's story is a chilling reminder of how quickly online harassment can turn into a dangerous, real-world threat, leaving lasting wounds on those who endure it. This is the account of Dev, whose story reveals the most terrifying and physical escalation of ianalex's predatory behavior. At just 14 years old, Dev was groomed by Alex, an experience so traumatic that they are still struggling to overcome it. The abuse began online, with Alex pressuring Dev to engage in sexting and, most alarmingly, arranging to meet in person after school. This was not just an online threat. It crossed into the real world, culminating in a horrific act of physical assault where Alex touched Dev inappropriately. Even after Dev managed to escape and report the incident to the police, Alex evaded capture, a fact made easier by his use of aliases like Kim on Discord, highlighting his cunning and deceptive nature. Dev reveals a deeply disturbing method of operation. Alex uses K-pop idols as bait, posting leaks and fake content to attract children, then luring them with the promise of more material to meet him in person. This calculated strategy shows him to be a methodical and dangerous predator. To this day, Dev lives in fear, as Alex continues to try and find ways to contact them and still talks about them, demonstrating a relentless and obsessive pattern of harassment that extends far beyond the initial assault.